guys, my name is Aulia Destiana Chandra Malika. On this occasion, I will provide education about proper laboratory sample collection in accordance with Standard Operating Procedure or SOP, include blood, sputum, urine, and feces sample. Proper sample collection is very important to obtain accurate test results, which can help doctor establish a diagnosis and determine the appropriate therapy. First, we will discuss blood sample collection. Before perform the procedure, the healthcare worker will identify the patient by asking their full name and date of birth. No, ensure that accuracy. Next, the healthcare worker washes their hands following 6 steps hand washing procedure and use personal protective equipment such as gloves. The procedure is then explained to the patient to help them feel calm and reduce anxiety, and tourniquet is placed on the upper arm about 7 to 10 cm from the posture side to make the vein more visible. The healthcare worker selects a appropriate vein, usually in the inner elbow area, then cleans the site using an alcohol swab in a single motion and allow it to dry to maintain sterile. A sterile needle is inserted into the vein at a certain angle and blood is collected as a needle into tube. On sufficient blood is collected, the tourniquet is released to restore normal blood flow. The needle is slowly withdrawn and the posture site is spread with sterile cotton for a few minutes to prevent bleeding as bruising. The area is then covered with a beddings. The blood sample is labeled with complete patient identity, date, and type of examination. The immediately sent to the laboratory. Next, number 2, sputum sample collection. Sputum collection is ideally done in the morning after waking up. As mucus accumulates is the respiratory tract of overnight. Before collection, the patient advised to rinse their mouth with clean water to remove food debris. The patient is given a clean, dry, sterile container. The area instructs to take deep breaths 2 to 3 times the chokes forcefully from the chest, not just the throat. The sputum product is collected into the container, usually about 3 to 5 ml. It is important to ensure the sample is thick sputum, not watery saliva. After collection, the container takes close to prevent contamination and immediately sent to the laboratory. Number 3, urine sample collection. For urine collection, the patient should first wash their hands. They clean the genital area with clean water to prevent contamination for external bacteria. A sterile container is provided. The technique used is midstream urine collection, where the patient discards the fresh urine flow and collects the middle portion. This helps you cleaner your contaminated sample. The container is filled adequately without touching the inside of the container or lid. After collection, the container is tightly closed. The urine sample salt. The examined as soon as possible, ideally within 1 to 2 hours to prevent checks is composition that's called after leisure. Number 4, sample feces collection. For feces sample collection, the patient is given a clean, dry, thick strictly self-contained. The patient is advised to defecate in clean place without mixing the stool with water or urine. The sample is collected using a tool such as a spatula. A sufficient portion is taken. Example if there is much blood or abnormal appearance. The sample is placed into the container at liquid salt to prevent loss and contamination. It is the label with patient identity and promptly sent to the laboratory. And conclusion, in very sample collection procedure, it is important to maintain clean lines, use sterile equipment, and correct identity the patient. Ideally, the timing of sample delivery to the laboratory must be considered to ensure accurate result. By following SOP procedure, test result will be more reliable and can optimal support diagnosis and treatment. The conclude my presentation. Thank you. Goodbye, guys.